Aloha and welcome to today's version of a rainy and not rainy. It's not raining over there, but it's raining over here. But for a coffee walk and talk, hopefully you have your favorite Hawaiian coffee. I am actually at the Layla Hotel on Kahio. Let's take a look at this beautiful, beautiful property. Look at that bar. Really good bar. This place has several fire pits, has great seating, really good drinks, reasonably priced, but their music, for some reason, they have what seems to be a stranglehold on some really good local talent as far as music goes. One of the reasons I wanted to start off today was because this balcony gives us a great vantage point for a few of the places that we want to talk about today, and I want to show you those in just a moment. I'll just let you look around and let's let a few people get on board here. We are streaming today also to YouTube and Facebook. So if you see any inconsistencies or any issues with the size of the video or anything like that, please let me know. Otherwise, we're going to let it rip the way it is because the last stream came off really well. And there's a little bit of give and take when you stream to two different platforms like that, but it's worth the trade-off in my opinion. All right, let's see who's here. Lance, always great to see you. That makes my day. Sandy, you as well. Mary Kay, Michelle, also Daryl, Tom, love to see you, man. So we're on Kahio. That's the Ohia. That's the Kahio Hotel, but we're not going to be talking about that one today. That's the Hyatt Centric. We're going to talk about them in just a moment. Let's let a few more people come on and we'll kick this live stream off. I think today is going to be a great stream. We have a lot of really good information. Maureen, good to see you, and Kathy, Michelle, also again, and Michael. I can see your comments whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. I can see both of them. Again, we're on Waikiki Avenue. We're at the Layla. We're at their, not their rooftop, but their second level bar and lounge. It's beautiful up here. This is Duke's Lane. It's the ABC style, not actually style, it's ABC store, but it's reimagined as Duke's Lane. It has 4 cooking areas. There's also Basalt Restaurant that has a really good prime rib special offer there. They have live music 7 days a week. But inside here, they have ice cream and yogurt and poke and flatbreads and all types of things, but a full little market inside. They're a little bit more upgraded than a normal ABC store. And then, of course, right down this alley here is Duke's Lane, the kiosks that are very similar, a lot of people say, to what's out at Aloha Stadium. I think there's about 22 kiosks over there. Jane, good to see you. Maureen, also good to see you again. And Scott, hello, Tony. I'm just going to start reading back your comments when they're in caps because I get caps sent to me by Terry when I'm supposed to pay attention. That's Marigame Udon. That's the restaurant that everybody goes to. If you're in the mood for udon noodles, that's the spot. How many of you been to this hotel before and have seen it? It's a beautiful setup up here, isn't it? Janet, great to see you, and Lynn. All right, since Janet's in the building, let's kick this off. Let's talk about what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so since we did our last what does it cost to stay in Waikiki, we received a bunch of requests, bunch of comments. Almost 99% of them almost all were positive, but they were asking questions. So how does this hotel compare to that hotel? What's this hotel compared to this one and that? So here's what we did. We put a certain group of hotels. We start off with 4, what we're going to be calling, I don't even like calling them economy class, but we're going to call them secondary hotels. Let's call them secondary hotels for today. So secondary hotels and primary hotels, beachfront hotels. So we put them in 2 different groups. All the secondary hotels are right here on Kahio. All the resort and beachfront ones are, guess where? Right there, they're beachfront. And so we took an average of their rates, with average of their resort fees. But I really, really think this is going to be one of our very best, most informative, but boring live streams. I really do. We are going to focus on just this part of Kahio. There's a lot of really nice hotels that way, a number of them this way, but this is where the bulk of the people stay, right here in Kahio, or when you go on Kalakaua going that way. That's where they stay. So we took the higher profile properties from the Hilton Garden Inn to the Hyatt Centric, which is right down here, and the hotels in between here. We took all their rates and we took them. We're going to give them to you individually and their resort fees, and whether they do or do not have breakfast, or offer breakfast or free breakfast, which, by the way, none of them offered free breakfast, but they all offer breakfast. So we could just put that right out of there. And then we're going to take those rates and compare them to the hotels on that side of Kalakaua. So it's going to be Royal Hawaiian, Sheraton Waikiki, Moana Surfrider, the Hyatt, things of that nature. So you can kind of see there's two different groups. There's the secondary hotels and the primary hotels, okay? And we're not going to venture off. I'll answer any questions that you have that I see, but I want to focus really on these hotels because I want to give you some really good information. Okay, so, and also one other thing, we're going to be giving away 2 Waikiki trolley passes at the end of this stream, but we're also going to point out a couple things about Waikiki Trolley that I think are going to blow your mind, that I honestly had just not even thought, it just never crossed my mind, but I think it's going to blow your mind when you hear them. We'll do that at the end. All right, so here's the criteria, and we'll mention this a couple of times. I was told I mentioned it way too many times on the last stream, but I'm going to mention it. Our dates that we did the reservation rates for were November 28th to December 5th. Why did we do that? Because the week after Thanksgiving and the 2 weeks into December are typically the least expensive times to travel here to Hawaii. Now, there's a lot of caveats, a lot of variables, a lot of things can happen. Those rates can change. They could be booked out. The rates go up. But just relatively speaking, those are the best times to come. Why did we pick those dates, the 28th to the 5th? That's 7 days, and it straddles a weekend. It's always best to book on a Wednesday or arrive on a Wednesday, Thursday, leave on a Wednesday, Thursday, or later, but straddle a weekend. We did these rates on Expedia and Booking.com and took an average. We did it for 2 people and a standard room hotel. So, for example, let's say the Ohia right here, for example, is $143. You can get a $225 room if you have, full kitchenette, 2 bedrooms, a lot of other amenities. In every case, it was a nice standard room for 2 adults, no kids, and that's the rate. Okay, so it's November 28th to the 5th, and if you go a week later or a week prior to that, those rates fluctuate up and down. Conversely, if you book at an entirely different time of year, this is not always the case, but this is a good rule of thumb to go by. And this is not in concrete by any stretch, but these rates will scale up and down. It's not as though this is $149 now or $143 now, and it's going to be $243 in a month. That's not the case. It usually scales up and down. So the price between the Ohia and maybe the Centric may be $80, but it's not going to be $180 in 2 or 3 months from now. Does that make sense? It's going to stay somewhat within that $80 range. So that's just something to think about. So just kind of write those down, those dates, 28th to the 5th, 7 days, and let's get this thing started. If there's any questions that you have, let's talk about them right now while I'm up here in the kind of a little bit of shade. Yeah, it's always good to look on a Tuesday, book on a Wednesday, Tuesday. But you know what, guys, for the little bit of dollars, you're not going to make a $30 difference per night difference. Sorry about the sirens. It's live, baby. Okay, so if you have any questions, then let's get this started. We're not going to go in every single hotel. We're going to stay in this area right in here. A couple of things that kind of stood out to me, and I'll just point these out just so you pick up on the information as we go along. We said this the other day, and I want to mention it was on the last stream that we did, like what does it cost to stay in Waikiki? And I do want to look in this hotel because I want to show you the difference. This is the Hyatt Centric And again, we're going to go look at it in just a moment, so you're don't worry about not being able to see it. That's the Hyatt Centric right down there, and that we put on the secondary hotel list, just because that rate is $260. Okay, the Hyatt Regency, which is a radically different property, is also $260 for the exact same dates. Okay. All right, so let's go do this. We're going to go down. We're going to start at the Hyatt, and again, there's a bunch of other hotels down the street, but the Hilton Garden Inn is really the first one that kind of fits right within our pocket of the demographic for the hotel itself. Yes, that's also a great deal. If you do a package, you can get a little bit better rate. But again, that rate difference between a package and a non-package is going to be about the same. And again, don't run a calculator on me and say, "Oh, you're $5 off." It's close to the same rate. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's do a demographic call out. Where are you guys watching from? Let's see where you're located. I can name about half of your locations. So we'll start right over here across from the Hilton Garden Inn, and we'll stay on this side of the street right by the almost finished Target, soon to open up Target, and take a look at it. If you want to go inside the hotel, we can certainly do that. Missouri, Augusta, Georgia, Western Sydney, Melbourne, New Zealand, Alberta, Canada. Aloha, Jim. I won't do commentary on all the places we walk by like I normally do, but this is a great place to go for a coffee and a Danish. I guess you wouldn't call it a Danish for what they serve. Right there. Kona coffee purveyors. So most of our hotels are staying right in this area. Actually, I was incorrect. We're going to go down to the Ohana East. And I want to go down there just because I know it's another block up, but I want to go down there just because I want to show you on this stream the state of the hotel. They're hoping it's going to be done by August 1st. Apparently they don't have the same construction crew as the Target here, but that's the Hilton Garden Inn. And we're coming back this way, but I just wanted you to just take a cursory look at it right now as we pass by. You're right, Lance. Best in Waikiki. Southern Ontario, Canada. What's the temperature like there, I wonder? How's it, man? I love that dude. There's the Waikiki Market. We're going to be doing a live walking tour stream of that place in 2 weeks. A store hosted. This is the new lobby, or the temporary lobby, while they are finishing up the renovations. But they started these renovations off as being a soft renovation, so they're just going to be replacing, soft items like carpet, wallpaper, bedding, things of that nature. But they actually changed it. Now they're doing a much, much more extensive renovation, as you'll see in just a moment. Does anybody know where that crane is sitting, or what used to be there where the crane is sitting. Right there, that orange crane, yellow crane. So this is the Ohana East. I promise I'm not going to keep repeating these dates, but I know we're going to get somebody come on in 5 minutes and say, well, what dates did you check? So maybe one of you could repeat it. I'm sure I'll do it too much. Okay, so for Ohana East, staying November 28th to December 5th, 7 days, it's $214 for the rate. $214. The resort fee is $31, and they do not offer free breakfast. They do offer a breakfast package, which I think they're going to be serving at a new restaurant. That's what I've heard. They're putting in a new eatery there. There you go, Christian. Kings Village. Kings Village, Kings Landing, I think it was kind of the same. That's the old food pantry right there. So we'll cross the street. So that's the Ohana East. I know there's a number of you who are fans of this property, but they're fulfilling reservations now. And I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know if they're discounting the rates now, because, boy, that would not be bueno if they were working on that property while they, without deep discounts, I wouldn't think. So the next property is the Hilton Garden Inn, which is right there in front of us. Right here on this street, right to my right there, is where they have that's their main drive-in valet entrance. They also have an entrance right here on Kahio, which is where we're going to go. We'll just walk in the place because we always walk by it, but we never walk in it. So let's walk in there just so you can see what it's like. Anybody want to guess what that rate is? No prizes on the line, but let's just try and guess. What do you think the rate? The Ohana East was $214. What would you say the Hilton Garden Inn is? The Hilton Garden Inn is much newer, but Ohana East is going through a renovation too. So what would you say that rate is? 240, 245, 269. See, this is interesting. It's interesting to get what you feel the value would be based on the Ohana East. That's really interesting. 265, 260, 200. This is going to be really informative because I think you're going to get a little bit different view of these hotels. Hopefully a couple of you do, about how close they are in proximity to one another, how close they are to the ocean. And then maybe you can help, or it'll help you make a decision on whether you want to stay at this property or not. This property has a daily rate of $195, and its resort fee is $47. It also does not have breakfast, but it does offer a breakfast package. So it's $195. Ohana East was $214. Is that surprising, or is that, well, it's obviously surprising because some of you are thinking it's almost $100 more per night. We did not go in the lobby, obviously, of the Ohana, but I want you to just take a look at this place. It's nice, very clean, open, but you can see this is why I call it I think a different rate. Our different name is, instead of standard, is limited service. I think I want to start calling it limited service. We need to define the name. When I was in the hotel marketing business, we had so many different names for them: economy class, standard, limited service. But you see, it has a store down here. Actually, we'll go out there. But it's a nice lobby, but it's not like Hilton Garden Inn or Hilton Hawaiian Village, obviously. But it's not priced like that either. It's not on the ocean. They do have a concierge. They have like a little sports bar area here, but they have this little holo store, and they have pantry or pastries and bakery there, and it's a full store. It's just like an ABC store, but more expensive. I guess we won't go out that way. We'll go out this way. But it's $195, and the resort fee is $47. Is that surprising to you guys? I guess it is. I was shocked about Ohana East. But wait, there's more. This fire grill right here, I have heard nothing but bad things about it, and I've been there 3 times myself. Not great. I wish it was great. I wish it was really good to have another place somewhat in the neighborhood, but it's no bueno. Oh, sorry. Got to go back this way. I always miss this street. So now we're going to go to the Wayfinder and Aqua Surf. These are somewhat not always on the top of your mind's properties, just simply because they are off the beaten path, but you get some benefit of that for a rate. But Wayfinder is in the same classification as Hilton Garden Inn, but you'll see its amenities list and collection of amenities is much, much greater. So would you say the Wayfinder is more expensive than Hilton Garden Inn, or less expensive, or what do you think that rate would be? Again, Hilton Garden Inn was $195. Ohana East was $214. Well, wait till you see the the comparison of the resort fees from the standard hotels to the beachfront hotels, and then the average. So we took the total of the 8 hotels, totaled their resort fee, and then divided it by that number. Hello, Ross. We're doing for a few people. There was about 8 or 9 people who really asked for this type of a comparison. And rather than Terry write it all up, I said, Terry, write it up, send me the information. We'll just go walk and look at all these properties. They wanted to know, primarily they asked the difference between Princess Kaiulani, the Royal Hawaiian, Moana Surf Rider, and the Hyatt. And they wanted to put their kids, I think if I recall right, Ross, you were bringing your kids or your family with you. They wanted to put the adults were going to stay in one hotel, and the kids, I say kids, I think they're 22, 23, something like that, but there's like 6 of them. They're going to put them in what we're calling a secondary hotel. And they wanted to know what was a better rate. You know, we're not a travel agent, but Terry happens to know. She doesn't even live here, but she knows the rates really well. And she knows how to find them and do that comparison really nicely on a spreadsheet. So she sent it all to me, and that's what we're doing today. Isn't that beautiful? The mountains up there, I'll just let you take a look at that. People who live here just blast right past this. The Alloway Canal and those beautiful mountains, a lot of them just take it for granted. And I'm no different. I'm not. Just look at how beautiful those mountains are, and the trails, the range up there, and the clouds are getting torn as they go across the mountaintops over there. So we came the back way because I wanted to show you what the view looks like for the Wayfinder. The Wayfinder's right up here on this next corner. Yeah. I would just not bring the kids. If they need another, here's the other thing. If you're in your 20s, your parents should not be taking you anywhere. I mean, unless there's extenuating circumstances. I mean, if I were, man, when I was 17, my dad said, ride's over, boy. It's over. Any money I give you is on loan. Okay, so this is not a perfect representation, but they're doing some renovations. And one of our great members, the world famous Wendy Silva, was saying that they were renovating the penthouse suite. And of course, Wendy knows all about the penthouse suite in here because she's a roller. But one thing that the Wayfinder has, now keep this in mind when I tell you the rates, the Wayfinder has a full service Redfish restaurant right there. And Redfish, if you know, is a really nice restaurant. They have a full service coffee bar in here, which they didn't have in the Hilton, nor did they have, well, no, that's not true. They had it in the Ohana East. These rooms, I think, if memory serves me right, she did not put down the square footage, which we will do that if we do a shorter list next time. But would you say Wayfinder is more expensive or less expensive than the Hilton? One more thing before you respond. They also have a 75-foot saltwater pool that is not to be missed. It's really, really cool. And Wendy Silva could probably tell you better about it than I can. But it's like I've been back there. It's like a oasis. When you go back inside the middle of this property, it is dead quiet. Dead quiet. They have a big jacuzzi, but that saltwater pool, and they have a really nice bar called the Lost and Found right beside it. It's very, very nice. The Wayfinder is $219, and the resort fee is $35. One thing that I did learn from Wendy is that they have, like a lot of the hotels around here, they have beach chairs, boogie boards, things like that they'll loan out. But this is $219, and the resort fee is $35. Hilton Garden Inn was $195, and the Ohana was $214. So far, of these three hotels, which do you think you'd rather stay in? The Wayfinder, the Ohana East, or Hilton Garden Inn? And let's assume that the Ohana East is completely done with their renovations. Which would you choose? This one, Wayfinder, Ohana East, or the Hilton Garden Inn? Yeah. Wayfinder. Is it a $200 deposit? You know, I didn't even look at that part. And they do offer breakfast, but they don't offer free breakfast. You stay at the Wayfinder, the Outrigger. But you mean Ohana? Yeah, it's by Outrigger, but Outrigger East. Michelle, tell me why you would. And I'm not trying to sound negative. Why do you choose that hotel? And this just by omission, we included the Aloha Aqua Surf, or Aqua Aloha Surf right here. This is obviously an economy class hotel. You can tell it's a little bit more dated. But what do you think the rate on this one is? What would you guess? Aqua Surf. They're right here. They do also have a pool, but it's not a 75-foot saltwater pool. They do have some amenities. I'm not sure if they have a restaurant. Oh, you know what? They don't, because I remember that's what that was. That was a restaurant. They do not have it anymore. What would you guess that is? Yeah, you get the deposit back. It's $119. The Aqua Surf is $119, and the resort fee is $41 a day. So this is $119. That's $219. Hilton Garden Inn is $195. Ohana East is $214. Now, which of these hotels? Because it's going to take us we're about 3 blocks away from our next property. So what would you think is the best deal? Not the best rate, obviously we know the best rate, but which way is the best deal? You're able to see that the Aqua Surf is a much lower rate, and its location is equal to Wayfinder, but the Wayfinder is a much nicer property. So would you choose to stay at the 119 Hotel Aqua Surf for a much more limited, not as nice hotel, and save the money and use that money for dinners and excursions? Or would you rather upgrade and go to Hilton Garden Inn or go to Ohana East? Where did you stay, Allison? Where you said you loved it? Cheapest salted pool. I only know of 3 of them, and the one at Wayfinder is much cheaper. The Wayfinder, you'd say Wayfinder, or me too? Wendy Silva. You know, that's very nice, because the world famous Wendy Silva does get a gangster rate at that property at Wayfinder. And she did do a really, really good post on it. She posted a number of pictures on there. But Wendy, maybe when you get back home, you could do a follow-up post, because I think this is it's a great find. I mean, you see where we are, right? Okay, so that's where the Wayfinder is, right there, right on the canal. We're only 2 blocks. It's this street, Kahio, and one more street is Kalakaua. And Wendy, I mean, don't bombard her with messages, but you can ask her any questions you like about Wayfinder. I think she really likes it, especially for the location. It's quiet. You're only 2 blocks away from the beach. You're able to save a little money. You'd stay at the Hilton Garden Inn, huh? I just about stepped all the way off that top step, and there was not a step below it. It was about a 2-foot drop. That would have not been great. How about that recovery though, huh? Barely tell. You stayed at the Hilton Garden Inn, Sandy. Have you stayed there before? I hear they're about to open up the Target, Lance. Days away. Oh, the beachcomber. So you see, you get a good idea of where we are. So we're back at the Hilton Garden Inn here. We're on Kahio. Now we're going to go to just a few more hotels, then we'll go to the more luxury oceanfront properties and do this comparison for you guys. This next hotel that we're going to show you is called the Ohia. Ohia. It's probably, in my opinion, the nicest economy, what I'd call a true economy class hotel, meaning it's cheap. The Aqua surf is nice. This is a better location. That's the difference in both of these. So this next one is called the Ohia. What makes the Ohia stand out a little bit more remarkable is that it has a little bit bigger rooms, all balconies, and a lot of their rooms have kitchens in them. And to me, that is a big win. If it has a kitchen in it, and the kitchens they have electric stovetops, they have a little refrigerator and a sink, and all balconies. It's called the Ohia. Now, what do you think the Ohia is going to cost? What would you guess the rate is at Ohia? Actually, I lied to you guys. There's one more on the way, and the reason I forgot about it is because it's not open yet, but I wanted to show this to you. This is the new Romer Waikiki. I know you've seen it on the Facebook page and Facebook group, but this is the former Pearl Hotel, and Pearl Hotel was, without question, the sister property for Ohia. It was a very, very much an economy class hotel, but now it's going to be called the Waikiki Romer something. There's a better name for it, but if the name Romer sounds familiar, it should, because this property owner also owns the Ambassador, the Romer at the Ambassador. This is the all adults hotel. It's going to be open on June 1st, they said, and it looks really nice on the inside down there. I've actually walked in there just about 20, 30 feet before they asked me to leave, but they have a really nice pool, and they've redone everything. I mean, from down to the cables, they reran all the wire, firewire, the internet, everything is brand new, all brand new beds, brand new paint, drywall. They took it down to the studs, even below the studs. But that's the Romer Waikiki. Someone else can probably tell the exact name of it. Oh, you're getting ads from it? Yeah. They're wanting to set it up. But the Romer, any guesses on what the rate is on that? It's not outrageous, but what would you say the rate is on that? I'm gonna try and get over this one, get out of the way of that siren. Well, you guys are really close. Ooh, not really close. 192. So the Romer, well, we're going to call it the Romer Waikiki for now, just for reference. The Romer Waikiki is 192 with the resort fee of $30 a night. And that resort fee is a ripoff, just so you know. I think I told you the story about that too many times already, but yeah, it's a ripoff. You knew that, but I gave you a little bit of background. So that's the Romer Waikiki, going to be open on June 1st. Yep, you were closed. Now, this is also, if you weren't aware of this area, Kono's is a great place to eat. There's a nice, really nice place in there. I think that's Sato. What is it called? It's that place right there. Ibi Nomi. Oh, excuse me, sir. Sorry about that. We were zigzagging each other. Ibi Nomi. Really good right there. And this is the Kahio Banyan. It's a hotel, like short and short midterm stays, I guess. But we don't get rates for it. It's a little bit dodgy, if you know what I mean. You all know the hack about this, the visitor hack. I won't waste your time telling you, but it is a lifesaver and a time saver. Wendy Silva could vouch for that, so could Janet. Okay, so next on the list is the Ohia, which I was talking about before. Again, all kitchens, balconies, and they do have upgraded rooms to where they're bigger size, like 2-bedroom, 2-bath. That's what these rooms are on the outside over here. And Ohia. The Ohia is what the Pearl Hotel was before it went through the renovation. Favorite fish sandwich place in all of Waikiki, the Paia Fish Market. And that's what Ohia looks like from the side. So that you have all these larger balconies, right? And it's the rooms are dated, for sure they're dated, but their rate reflects it. It's $143, $143 a night. And then they have specials on top of that. They also do not offer breakfast, and they do not offer a breakfast package. And the resort fee is $25. Romer House Waikiki. Yeah. Ohia is $143. So just as let's just do a really quick recap. I know it may sound repetitive, but we're going to jam over these other properties. So on Kahio here, the Layla was $271, Hilton Garden Inn was $195, Ohana East was $214, the Wayfinder was $219, the Aqua Surf was $119, the Romer was $192, and Ohia is $143. Now, there's one other hotel, this Hyatt Centric, that we're going to put, actually two that we're going to put on this list, and they really shouldn't be. The Hyatt Centric is right down here, and it shouldn't be on that list just because of its rate. But if you're going off of just location alone, it should be on this list. The other one that's borderline on this list that I really do want to put on the other list is the Princess Kaiulani. And the reason I want to do that is because it's across the street from Kalakaua, across the street from the beach, but it is more of not a limited service. It really should be on the beachside properties, but because it's not beachfront, it's not on that list. So that one's kind of an unknown, all right? But I want to show you this Hyatt Centric. And the reason I want to show you is because there are 3 Hyatt properties here in Waikiki: the Hyatt Centric, Hyatt Place, and Hyatt Resort. The Hyatt Centric and the Hyatt Place are very similar. As a matter of fact, I can't tell the difference in the brand other than their sign. They don't have a mission statement or anything that really separates them one from another. You go into the property itself, and the only real differentiating factors are the color sets and the materials. That's really all that's really different in between them. And they also have almost the exact same rate structure. But surprisingly, their rate structure or their rates are either at or higher than the Hyatt Resort, which just blows me away. So we're going to walk in this Hyatt Centric, and this is, you tell me what you think the Hyatt Centric should be rate-wise. Again, nice hotel, very clean, very professional. Valet right up here up front. It's right on Kahio. It's right by a lot of places that are, close by, but it's all these hotels are close by. The Ross store is like right over there. This is the, again, it's a hotel lobby, very much like the Hilton Garden Inn. It's just, limited with service, but it's nice and clean, very, very cool in here. The air is just cranking, but that's it. All right, so kind of take this in. All right, this is the Hyatt Centric. They do have a, I think it's a visitor's lobby or visitor's lounge or something up on the 2 or 3 floors above. I believe this is the one they have it on. But what do you think this Hyatt Centric is rate-wise? Let's hear some guesses. You heard the list of guesses, or the list of actual rates. What do you think this Hyatt Centric rate is? Wow. So this, just to give you, we're not going that way, but I just want to give you a frame of reference. The Holiday Inn is down that way. The Malia is down there. The LaCroix. There's a Royal Kahio. Those are all secondary class or secondary hotels as we're classifying them. And they're somewhat in the range, but the range of the rates that we've given you so far are pretty wide. So what were you guys saying the Hyatt Centric was? It's right there, located with all these stores around, but Ohia's right in the same location. So is the Lalo, so is the Hilton Garden Inn. 165, 225, 300, 150, 180. It is $260 with a $44 resort fee. $260 and a $44 resort fee. So of all those hotels that we just looked at, including the Hyatt Centric, which it's right on the border for me, whether we include it in the standard or not. I think we do, just because of its location and its limited service, because you saw there's nothing in there, nothing in the lobby. They don't have a restaurant on the floors above, but it's $260. What do you think the average rate of all the hotels we've looked at so far? What do you feel the average rate is? Actually, you know what? Don't answer. Don't answer that. We're going to give a trolley pass away. If someone can guess the exact average of these, we'll give you a trolley pass. And don't just keep firing up, not, 300, 301, 302. Just, give your guesses. Limit your guesses to 5. Let's say you can have 5 guesses each. You have to be exact. So what is the average rate of the 8 properties we looked at? What is the average? Yeah, it's the brand. Here's Ross. They're open to 11 o'clock at night. Ladies and gentlemen, if you need anything, which we've always said this, don't pack. Pack everything you want to bring, and then leave half of it home or 3/4 of it home and bring an empty suitcase and buy the rest of it here or at Aloha Stadium. Save some money. I'm watching. And right through here is, yeah, buy local as much as you can. And right through there is the Duke's Market Lane, or Duke's Lane. It's called Duke's Lane, not Duke's Market. Duke's Lane vendors, you can kind of see them through there. One of you is really close. Pretty close. Pretty close. There's sense involved too, but you're not going to. I'm not going to hold you to the sense. Janine, you're fired. That's actually not a bad way to do it, but you're not close. You guys got to really think about the Ohia really brought that average down. I'm going to tell you, Kathy Bland, you got it. Kathy Bland won. Kathy Bland, it's $190.50. $190.50. Hang on one second. Is that, how do you pronounce that? Do you pronounce that Muron or Moron? Thank you for sharing that wonderful story with us. Give me 1 second here and we'll get you all nice and blocked. All right, so Kathy, very good. So here's what you need to do, Kathy. You need to send a DM to Terry and tell her in one message. I promised her if you guys do this in 2 or 3 messages, delete them. You have to do this in one message. And if you had to put up what she had to put up with, because she'll get a message and get 3 messages behind it. And she has to scrape the screen to get all the information. So in one email or one message, or say what your name is, what question and answer that you gave, and give her your first name, last name, zip code, and phone number, and she'll get that pass off to you. Toot sweet. And just as an FYI, if you guys are not going to be coming to Waikiki or be able to use the pass in this year, the 2024, please don't participate in the contest unless you're going to put it back into the mix. Okay. There's been several people that say, oh, I'm not going to get there until 2025. I would love to give you a pass, but I want to keep it within this year if you don't mind. So if you're staying in 2024, please participate, guess, do all the contests, all the giveaways. But if you're not, please sit on the side. Okay? All right. So now we're going to go a little bit backwards. We're not going to walk all the way down there, but let's mention the properties from this end of Waikiki, to the other, because that's where we're going to end up. Okay? The furthest hotel down there, and I wanted to keep this limited to beachfront hotels. So we're going to look at all the beachfront hotels. All right? And actually, while I'm telling you, instead of just standing here, I could be going over to one of these beautiful hotels and pay my pittance to you, which I promise every stream to show you the ocean. So we're going to do that. Hilton Hawaiian Village. Okay? Hilton Hawaiian Village in the Rainbow Tower for 2 people staying from November 28th to December 5th for 2 people in Rainbow Tower with the ocean and marine view. What do you think that was? For 2 people? What do you think the daily rate is for Hilton Hawaiian Village? There's nothing on the line. Keep that up, Janine. It won't be the last. I'm just teasing you. The Imperial is, we can do Imperial on another stream, but that doesn't fit any of the criteria. As a matter of fact, the Imperial is a great example of another hotel that's right on the cusp. It's more of a limited service, kind of an economy class style property. It's not beachfront, and it's lower rates. But what do you think it's going to be? Wow, some of you guys are really good. I'm just going to walk through here through the Royal Hawaiian and Sheraton Waikiki while we're talking about this. Very, very good. Hilton Hawaiian Village on the Rainbow Tower on the very end with the balcony that overlooks the ocean and the marina, $364. $364, and the resort fee is $50 cada dia. $364. That's about what you would think. The Ali'i Tower at Hilton Hawaiian Village, which is a little bit more upgraded. When it was first opened up, it was like the bee's knees over there. They had private reservation, lobby reservation desk. When you reserved at the Ali'i Tower, you just went into this private little room, expedited your check-in. It was very, very nice. But the Ali'i Tower is $387. Same thing, not This is actually a resort view and an ocean view for that rate. Same resort fee, $50. Looks like someone is going to be or just got married. $364. Okay. Also down at that end, which we're not going to go see unless you guys really, really want to go see it. If we would have started off at this end, it would have made more sense. We're not going to do it today. The other down there is a Halekulani. Halekulani, for the same dates, the 28th to the 5th, 7 days, November 28th to December 5th, same number of days, 2 people, 1 room, surprisingly, no resort fee. Any guesses? Let's guess. What do you think that daily rate is? Would you guys like to walk around the backside of Sheraton Waikiki, or do you want to walk through the lobby? You choose. $425, that's not even close. $675 is very close. Wow, look at you guys. Very close. It is $700 even. Now, that's the cheapest. That's for two people, 1 room with a resort kind of a view. It goes up substantially from there. A $1,200 room was a ocean facing room, and oh man, I busted that. I don't even think Gerard's on there to see me. So good. He's not even on there to see me. Busted. But no resort fee, and they don't have a free breakfast. They do offer breakfast there. In my mind, one of the best. Actually, guys, listen to this. This is something I spoke with one of our treasured members. I know we're going to cut off for just a moment while we're here, but I want to point something out to you. Just make a note of this, because these are like these little tips that I think are just so good. And frankly, I remember them. I mean, I know them, but I forget them until someone says, "Hey, did you know you could X, Y, Z?" And I'm like, "Oh man, I need to mention that." So I'm going to mention it here in just a moment. I just don't want to cut off. Let me get through the lobby here. Oh, Gerard, you are there. Boy, I nailed that. I nailed that circling the statues there, the sculpture. You probably missed it. Boy, the ocean just looks so much nicer right after rain. It just really does. Okay, think about this. If you go to Halekulani, their breakfast is $50, which some people think is too expensive. But if you go to Duke's, it's $25. And it's a beautiful, beautiful layout. So, and this lady, it's the world famous Wendy Silva, by the way. This lady told me, she brought this up herself, and I thought, you know what, that's such a great idea. Go one day to Duke's, which is cheap, $25 for what they give you. They have a waffle bar, a pancake bar. They have, bacon and all that kind of stuff. Look at the storm coming. And then go there one day for $25 to Duke's, and then go to Halekulani the next day for $50. It evens out, and you just had some of the best breakfast in Waikiki. I think it's a great deal. Yeah, Duke's breakfast is no joke. All right, so let's talk about this place. The Sheraton Waikiki. This beautiful property right here. It goes around the other corner, but Sheraton Waikiki. These are obviously, along with the Hilton Hawaiian Village and the Halekulani, are what we're calling the luxury class oceanfront properties. What do you think this oceanfront property will go for? 2 rooms, November 28th to December 5th, 7 days. Oh, it's a great deal, even if you can't, I think. Beautiful view right off the ocean at Duke's. Oh, man. We're going to have an announcement with these guys in a few days. Hopefully it's in a few days. 314. You guys aren't guessing. 314. We got a couple guesses. $314. That's for a city facing. And what do you think an ocean facing room is? 314 is a city facing with a resort fee of $42 for the Sheraton Waikiki. Oceanfront facing or ocean facing is 382. Or I'm sorry, 482. 483. I'm sorry, 483. $483 for an ocean view for two people, which would be one of these balconies right here. 483. And the resort fee is 42. So for the city, it's 314. For the ocean, it's 483. Now that brings up a question. Which would you rather have? Would you rather pay 314 and look at the city and the mountain view, or pay 483 and look at the ocean view? If you'd rather do the first one, hit a 1. If you'd rather do the second, hit a 2. So number 1, pay 314 for the mountain view, or number 2 for 483 the ocean view. Which would you rather do? Ocean, okay. Number 1 and save a little money. Yep, I'm with you. 2 all day. 2, you need to see the ocean. But you can walk out here and see this. But I get it. I get it. Check this out. I'll let you have a little look at this. This is tough to beat, huh? You want to hear it when you sleep? I get it, for sure. All right, so now let's go over here to the queen of the beach here. The Royal Hawaiian. Yikes. Beautiful pool. Kids just lose their flipping minds at this place. Has a cool little water slide right there. This is like a kids type beach. I mean, or a pool. It's like really, really shallow or fairly shallow. Kids love it. So for the Royal Hawaiian, the same setup. 2 people, November 28th to December 5th. What would you say their very standard room is at Royal Hawaiian? I was a little bit surprised by this, but we're going to give you a couple of rates. What do you think their standard room was at this beautiful property we're going to go look at if we don't get jumped by one of these security ducks, if we don't get checked? I see him. He's right over there. He's eyeballing me. What? Yeah, that's what I thought. Do you want to do a quick walkthrough here while we're here? Are you guys good here? Good guesses. Very good guesses. But high guesses. Well, high guesses for what I'm going to tell you. So 2 people, 1 room with a garden view, like in this area right here, November 28th to December 5th, straddling a weekend, $354. $354. So for at Sheraton, a regular room looking out at the mountains was $314. This is $354. Which property would you stay at if it was the same type of view? This at $354 or Sheraton Waikiki back here for $314? And it would be one of these rooms right in here. So you would see kind of a partial ocean view, but primarily a garden view. Which would you rather stay at? Yeah, the Sheraton had a resort fee of $52. Did you want to go inside or did you want to? I didn't see what you guys said. If you're indifferent to it, we could just stay out here and go along the outside. Otherwise, we'll walk through there and just do a quick spin around. Royal Hawaiian, yeah. Royal Sheraton, wow. Royal Hawaiian, Sheraton. They are. The Sheratons are newer. I think that they keep these looking the way they did years ago, just because that people come here for that that patina almost, you know, for the rooms. Janet, what do you want to do? Do you want to walk through it, or do you want to just go along the outside over here and go back to Kalakaua? I can do either. Okay, so the Royal Hawaiian for a standard room, 2 people, November 28th to the 5th is $354. For an ocean view room, $495. Janet says, walk, we walk. $495. I would take that. I would rather upgrade it for an ocean view here. Now, remember, they don't have they have balconies. They have these little tiny little things here, but they don't have proper balconies like you would have at the other properties. And the resort fee is $50 here as opposed to $52 at the Sheraton. Was it 52? Yeah, 52 was, oh, I'm sorry. No. The Sheraton was 42. My apologies. So it's $50 here, 42 at the Sheraton. I'm in. How's life? Perfect, right? Gotta be. How about that, Gerard? Tell me I can't do a tracking shot. Some stupid flowers. No, it's per room and not per person. Oh, so a $50 resort fee is just a $50 scam fee. I'm sorry, a $50 fee that they charge you for each day that you're on property. I wonder if my mute button was working, Gerard. They do, but they're just, look, check it out. They're like small little, like here, see? They have them on the Sheraton, if that's what you're asking. Yes, of course, on the Sheraton, see Sheraton, but here they do not. Oh, you know, let me look over here. Oh, they do. Look on the side over here. Well, yeah, they're the same size. It's what we were talking about before, because I remember reading, they were commenting, actually, those aren't. No, they aren't. The lanai is what he was referring to. The storm it do be a brewing. Just a beautiful property. Boy, I just wish you guys, number one, were here. Not all of you. 2 of you I wish could stay where you are. Actually 4 now that I think about it. But we could be right here having a Mai Tai, but this beautiful lawn, I wish you had smell-o-vision. This grass smells like you wouldn't believe, but just as you're walking into the resort there, man, you smell that history, boy. I mean, it's just, wow. Don't forget to like and share this stream too. You guys did a terrible job sharing the last stream, if you don't mind me saying. The likes are really good, but please hit the like. And if you're on Facebook and not on YouTube, man, I wish there's a way I could pay you to do it. Don't come up with any ideas, Lance. But If you would go to YouTube and like it there and leave a comment on the stream, that would be very, very, very much appreciated. That's really the only way you can pay us back. Or just your viewership, that's good enough. You don't need to do anything, but it would really be appreciated if you do a like and a comment on the YouTube version. I really would appreciate that. I just want to show you this entry. This is where you'd come to go to Mai Tais or to Azure restaurant. That's Mai Tais right there. It's a great little place to go. It's quieter than Moana Surfrider, in my opinion. We may be coming here a little bit more. Tracy, that's greatly appreciated. I really appreciate it. Just leave comments on there. Just help us out with that. And something, even though I did give you a little bit of a negative comment, I shouldn't have said that you guys did a terrible job, but you did. But conversely, one of our streams had 1,500 views, which is great for having only 500 subscribers, and most of you don't even go there. So the percentage growth for the channel is really quite good. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? They'll remember this day for the rest of their lives, fondly or otherwise. Look at that. That's nice. Yeah, like and share, like and share. This is a great place to come. In the morning and have like a nice coffee. These are opened up. You can see a whole area there. Just nice. So relaxing, and the smell is it's like it's fake, but you're smelling all this plant and foliage. I just love this hotel. Look at this marble tile, just beautiful. They do a great job. Okay, so I'm going to do a recap. We're going to wrap it up at Moana Surfrider, but I want to just give you a quick recap of what we've looked at so far. Oh, actually, we need to go to. Actually, we probably don't need to go to Kaiulani, Princess Kaiulani. You've seen that. If you want to go, for sure, just mention it in the comments. I'll walk across the street to go there, and then we'll come to Moana Surfrider. Well, we have two to do. We did Outrigger. We'll do the. So we're going to do. Let's just do this. Let's do it the right way. We're going to go to Outrigger first. Outrigger. Then we'll go to Princess Kaiulani, and then we'll come back over to Moana Surfrider and wrap it up there at the property of properties. Is this type of stream informative to you guys? I know we walk this walk all the time, and we see these properties all the time, but I like giving you more of a condensed, really comparative stream of comparative rates for this type of hotel and this type of hotel. And I really thought about this. I don't know of another way that we could categorize these properties better or more fairly. I know that's not a line by line comparison, but it gives you a little bit of somewhat of a comparison that if you're on the fence on how much money do we spend here, how much money do we spend there. And remember, the secondary properties on Kahio were $190.50 average, $190.50. And then just as a reminder, part of that rate was the $260 at Hyatt Centric. So if you took Hyatt Centric out of there, which really brought the average up, it's going to be a little lower than that. But the Kahio side hotels that are more limited service standard properties was $190.50. I could just see Lance cutting it up right now. Is there enough room where you are, Lance, to cut that rug? Okay, next one, Outrigger Reef. I'm sorry, Outrigger Waikiki. Bare bones rates. What would you like to see? I don't know what else to do for the rates, man. So Outrigger, we did the same thing, same dates, November 28th to December 5th, but with the ocean view, right? Ocean view. What do you think the rate was for the Outrigger? And it's known obviously for the Dukes, which is right through there. Actually, since we're here, I know you guys dig seeing this. Let's just go take a look real quick while you guys are guessing. I know this doesn't get old for some of you, but the others it gets really old. But like, why do you keep showing Dukes? It's so stupid. Ooh, boy, some of you guys are getting good at these rates, and some of you aren't. Some of you are getting pretty close. Always good to check these rates on a Tuesday. Book them on a Wednesday if you can. It doesn't really matter sometimes because they'll run a special when they have, you know, limited occupancy. So it's just, those aren't hard and fast rules either. Use incognito browser when you're searching, but that's only helpful if you're going to go back to the hotel and call them directly, which you should always do. Or if you're going to book it directly through, you know, one of the wholesalers like Travelocity, Expedia, and you have to use your membership. And you should always, one of the other tips is to join every single travel membership club that you can, and just get a couple of Outlook or Google or Gmail accounts, and just, you know, put an email like Jane123 Gmail. And join under those different emails and just join all those travel groups, because you'll get some, you know, last minute offers. I'm ready for that or that. How many of you would love to be right here right now? Janet, you're way off. It's 361. Janet guessed 362. So here you go. Outrigger Waikiki. All these are the standard rooms right here that I'm talking to you about. Right here on the end, it's 361 for these properties right here. For 2 people, 1 bed, king bed. For the ocean view rooms that are on that far side over there, 435. Did not put the ocean view 435 in the average. So don't put, if you're keeping track, which I can't imagine you would, but that 465 does not get in the average. And remember, it was 190.50 was the average for the, we'll call them the Kahio standard hotels. And start thinking about what you think the standard is, or the average is for these hotels. That includes the Hyatt, Moana, Outrigger, the Sheraton Waikiki we just went to, the Princess Kaiulani, which we're going to go to. Well, it's not a state fee. The resort fee isn't a state fee, Shirley. It's a bogus BS, rip you off, cost for nothing, hide the fees, get some profit rate. That is exactly what that is. I missed one other hotel, and it's right here on the list, so I apologize about that. But we are going to hit it for you. I mentioned it a bunch of times. It's right there, the Hyatt. Okay. Do not jaywalk in Waikiki. Who do you think you are? You're breaking the law, going against culture. You're mean to locals now. It's disrespectful to whatever. Princess Kaiulani. Now, this property is very interesting because it's a nice property. It's right across the street from the main luxury hotels. Has a bunch of amenities. Has a really nice bar. I think it's called Splash or Swim or something. But I have a very, very nice pool. And for some reason, as far as kids go, they always seem to have very, very few kids. But it's nice. Let's walk through here while we're talking about it. Okay. And this is the hotel that I was a little bit indifferent on whether we put it on this standard classification or the other standard hotels on Kahia. But what do you think the rate is here? Princess Kaiulani. Nice little eating area here. They have like a guest recreation area here, just like they do at the Marriott, if you recall that the other day. This rate here for the Princess Kaiulani for November 28th to December 5th is $171. $171. I thought that's a great rate. $171. No breakfast package, but only $33 for the resort fee. So think about that a second. $171 compared to the Outrigger at $361, Sheraton $314, and even the Ocean View at $483, Halekulani at $7, Hilton Hawaiian Village at $364. This is $171. But one of these rates is going to blow your flipping mind. It's going to blow the top of your head off when I tell you. So what do you think of this property? Have any of you stayed here before? Do you Splash? That's the name of it. See, it's nice. It has like a nice eating area here. It's open air. We'll walk through the lobby here a little bit. It's just beautiful property. $171. I had to check that twice. $171. That's a great deal. $33. $33 for a resort fee. It's a nice lobby, open air, somewhat open air. Just beautiful appointments. Right across the street from the ocean. Yeah, what do you think? $171. We're going to do Moana Surf Rider last. We'll end up over there, okay, guys? We'll just kind of circle around this next one. We're doing two more, just this, Hyatt and Moana, and we'll wrap it up. I want to make this as a somewhat consumable stream. So there's the Hyatt. So let's take out all the other hotels out of it. Let's just look at this hotel and their two other sister properties, the three Hyatts here in town. The Hyatt Place, which is down there 4 blocks. The Hyatt Centric, which is back there 3 blocks. And you saw the classification of that property, right? They're getting ready for the little farmers market thing they have here on Wednesdays. What do you think? The Hyatt Centric was $260. The Hyatt Places was $262. $262. What do you think Hyatt Regency is? 2 towers, 6, I think it's 6 restaurants, full service spa, massive pool, 2 big bars, 1 big pool bar. All these little retail spots down here. This ripoff place right here, don't go there ever. What do you think this was? Dang, you guys. Did I tell you, did I say it already? $260. The Hyatt Centric was $260. I'll repeat that. The Hyatt Centric back there, you saw that the lobby wouldn't fit in this area right here of the Hyatt Centric. That was $260. This is $262. Look at all this. Look at the balconies. The Hyatt Centric had no balconies. I don't think it did. Look at this. I love this shot right here. So this one's just for me, guys, so sorry about that. But look at this. Gerard. What? What? One-handed, Gerard. Un mana. Yes, it's close to the Blue Beach. Look how beautiful it is. Nice check-in area. Aloha, Lucianne, Sharon. They have upgraded rooms here at the Hyatt, but we didn't get their rates. She started telling me what the amenities were. This is this access, the disabled or limited accessibility people's surfing contest, and it's choppy water. But these are people that are either paralyzed or have missing limbs or limited access to their mobility. They're rock stars out there. So this is $260. Their resort fee is $57. You may be, whoever mentioned that earlier, there was a gentleman, I believe it was, pardon me if it was a woman, but I believe the gentleman was talking about the VAT tax, or the VAT fees. Sometimes they call them visitor fees. The acronym is VAT tax. That's not the resort fee. The resort fee is a fee put on at the discretion of the resort to rip off the guests. Yeah, it rained like the dickens earlier. If you're not familiar with Dickens, that's a lot. No, they may call it that. I think if I don't, I'm going to step out there because I'm not afraid of what you guys will say about me. I think it's a visitor arrival tax or visitor. I don't know. Janet knows what it is. VAT. Nancy, do you want us to start all over? We will. I should have went right then. Doggone it. Oh my goodness. I should have jammed. But this gives us for a recap. We're going to end it right there. So the Hyatt behind me was $260. The Outrigger was $361. The Sheraton regular room is $314. Halekulani $700. I'm not going to mention what the others were because that'll give you a way to figure out what I'm going to ask you next. After I give you this rate, I want you to tell me what you think the average is, what the average rate is, and what the average resort fee is. Lucianne coming in hot. The VAT really, actually it is a ripoff, but I mean, if they did, I promise you this, if they made the resort fee really what they kind of, not literally, but kind of pitched it to the consumers as, I think people would be fine with it. If they took, let's say, for example, the resort fee was $50 and they took 5% out or 10% out for administration and the rest went directly to Hawaii travel and to, pay for roads and things like that. The problem is that Hawaii is so corrupt when it comes to fees and tax management that those fees and everything get blown away. There's a big issue with where people say, oh, I don't want to get up on a soapbox, but let me just say this. One of the big issues and the challenges that locals, and this is broad strokes, guys, so do not take every single little word I say and dissect it, but broad strokes here. What a lot of the natives and Kanaka and, long-term residents, all those people have with tourism is that the profits don't trickle down to the locals. And a lot of the issue is because they say things like, well, the hotels are not owned by hotel management companies that are here local. They're owned by properties and companies that are in the mainland. And they're right. And the problem, how about that, Gerard? And they're somewhat right about that, but it doesn't matter that they're off island. If they manage the fees so they charge them the right way, they would get a lot more benefit from the trickle down of revenue. It doesn't really matter where they're located. And they use that as a straw man argument, and it's because it's very easy to prove. Very easy to prove. Well, the people that own this property are not Marriott. It's ran by Marriott because it's the Bonvoy property, but Marriott doesn't own it. Marriott only owns maybe less than 10%, I would say, of the properties, maybe 15%. All the others are owned by trust funds or unions or things like that, and they're managed by Marriott. So Marriott just gets a management fee. And the actual owners are either in Japan or in US or other places. Those are who the owners are. And what they do is they have a rate structure that they charge the hotels, or that gets charged to the hotels, and then part of it goes to the management company, part of it goes to the franchise, part of it goes to the owners themselves. And most owners aren't really worried about making money. They really aren't. The real owners of the property never ever come in and say, how much is the room rate? Oh, it's $365. Man, we need to make it $380 because we're not making enough money. They don't put that on the owner themselves. The owner says, this is how much we pay for the land. This is how much the land cost. Let's just say it cost $1. We want to make $2 every year growth on our money. That's what we want to make. If we can make extra money on the room reservations and the amenities and the restaurants and the bars, all that's fluff to them. They don't care about that one way or the other. I mean, to say they don't care about any of it is ridiculous, but that's not a major concern. They want to make sure that this property increases in value year after year after year. And it's the management company, the Marriotts, that want that. They have a much more myopic view of these types of things, like the restaurants, the iced tea, there's a beer enough, are they making enough RevPAR, or what's a RevPAR in the rooms, what's the, all those types of things. So the locals that get really upset about all the hotels are owned by hotels management companies that are off the island. That's correct, but most of the land is owned by trusts that are Hawaiians, long-term Hawaiians. The land is leased to them. So what they should do, very simplistic in my mind, what they should do, very simplistic way of looking at it. And again, there's a lot of details. It's not thought out. They should put a flat tax of X dollars, whatever that dollar figure is, $1. They should put $1 on every room. And yes, it should be much more than $1. That's only an example. They should put $1 tax, and that $1 out of the goodness of the heart of the management company, which takes no administration fees, should absorb the administrative fees to manage that $1 and give that $1 to the Hawaii travel government. And the Hawaii travel government should accumulate all of that $1 and put it into a trust fund, and it should be managed by a panel of 5, 10, 20, whatever people that are a mix of Kanaka, natives, and politicians. And the reason for that is the politicians are the ones who need to enact whatever rules they come up with on that panel to push them through. Because if it's just natives or long-term residents or Kanaka Mole, they're going to say, yes, we want to paint the building pink. But they can't carry through with it because they don't control the legislation or can't contribute to the legislation. So they need a little bit of politicians involved on that panel. But then if they're all not corrupt, if they do a great job, if they're honest, then they could really do something with that $1. You know what I mean? And if they're taking that $1 and 80% is going to administration fees, everybody that voted or should be on that panel should get put in jail. And let's get a whole new panel of people. And they'll only do that 2 or 3 times before they fix it. So that's roughly what they should do, in my opinion. What the hell do I know?
25 to 1. What do you ask? 5 to 1.
This could probably work in New York too, maybe San Diego, something that's very tourist centric. But that's really where that's where all the issues are. You don't have these issues in, well, you do in Las Vegas, but you don't have these issues in Omaha or St. Louis or Plano, Texas. So when people say, oh, well, that wouldn't work where I live, we're not talking about where you live. We're talking about right here in Hawaii, which is a massively concentrated I was going to say a soup, but it's just a concentration of travel dollars, visitors. But the same thing for Maui, for Big Island, for Kauai. I would do the same thing, charge that same dollar and have it administered that way. And get the people to stop complaining about, oh, you didn't do it right, you didn't spend the money the right this way. Put your people on the panel, split it up with politicians, and let's get it going, and let's make some changes. You know? Anyway, I said I wasn't going to get on a rant, and I certainly did. Sorry about that, guys. I'll probably have to delete this stream and do this thing all over again. So, Moana Surf Rider, this is going to blow your mind, and I think it has to do with that balcony over there, the balcony issue they had. What do you think? One room, two people, November 28th to December 5th cost here at the beautiful, wonderful, not to be duplicated, often tried to be imitated, Moana Surf Rider. What do you think it is? I'll tell you, $265. $265. $265. I thought that was crazy good. $265. Now, for an ocean, let me get back here and not break my neck on this thing like I almost did. Not this tower, but this tower right here. And I don't think these do not have balconies on them, but they're the ocean facing. $423. $423. I still think that's a pretty good deal. And the resort fee is $42. I thought that was really good, didn't you? Yes, Wanda. Very inexpensive. $210. Did you really think it was $210? Sandy thought it was $400. That was a really good cost. But man, $265, I about fell over. So I know I'm repeating, but I'm doing this for a reason. I'm not going to tell you the exact, actually, I'm not going to tell you the rates are. I was going to tell you again the rates. What do you think the average of all the luxury properties? That's the Hyatt, the one over here, the Hyatt, Moana Surf Rider here, the lower price property, the Outrigger Waikiki, the Sheraton Waikiki, Halekulani, and the Hilton Hawaiian Village Rainbow Tower. We're not going to use the higher Ali'i Tower. What do you think the average rate for what we're classifying as the luxury properties? Now, while you're thinking that up, wait, don't answer, please don't answer. I'm sorry, I said something wrong. I just want to say this too. I think that what we've come up with is a good classification, a good group of those hotels that when we say the standard or secondary properties on Kahia, we know what that group's going to be. And then we know what the luxury class oceanfront hotels, we know what those are going to be. So we can almost, going forward, refer to these hotels in this way. Now there's the stragglers. When you cast a wider net, you're going to get, Kaimana over there. You're going to get, that's a luxury, more luxury boutique style hotel. Then you're going to get the other hotels like the Imperial. It's like a lower, I don't want to say lower class, but it's just a lower classification hotel. That's over there by Halekulani. It's at the end of Lure. So that's going to fall in a different class. And there's Halekulani, but you get the idea. We now have a group of maybe 8 or 10 on this side and 8 or 10 on the Kahio side. So I just wanted to say that. Okay, so let's do this. So for one more Waikiki trolley pass, the second one, what is the average cost of the luxury beachfront properties that we just looked at? What's the average cost? There's no cents in it. It's a round dollar. What would you say that is? First exact correct answer wins. The Imperial's 300. That's good to know. Oh, and the resort fee here, if I didn't say it already, it was $42. It looks like all the Bonvoy Marriotts are the same. $435, $350, you're getting close. Going to Hawaii is not correct. $355 is closed. $365 is closed. $425 is a little high. $295 is a little high. And please, only if you're going to come to Waikiki or Oahu in 2024, please. Oh, look at that water. That is just rolling. Well, some of you are really getting close. Nancy, you're so close. I shouldn't have said that, should I? I don't think it's raining. I think it's, yeah, the sun is coming out way out hard on this side and not on this side. So it's giving a clash on the water, which is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that collection of colors there. Kathy's very close. They still haven't fixed that balcony on the other side over there, by the way. And stick around as soon as we figure out what this rate is, because I want to tell you two things that just blew me away about the Waikiki Trolley, which I knew, but like a dummy, I just didn't even think about it until it was pointed out to me. And then I discovered something else today on a call with them. Yeah, they're just, I'm seeing it just as you guys are. Other way, Nancy. Did you hear that lady? The lady didn't like it. She called me a name. I don't want to say what it was. Still the other way. I think I do like Mai Tais better than here because it's, there you go, Michelle Boyle, you win. 374. Michelle Boyle wins. And Michelle, you know what to do and how to do it. If you send 5 messages with your name in one, and email in another one, and address in another one, and half your name in another one, Terry will hunt you down. Please, in one message, first name, last name, phone number, email, and what the question and answer was, if you would please. 374. 374. And the average resort fee was $40.85. $40.85 compared to $36.75 for the standard properties. Okay. All right. So I'm going to, I was thinking about a place where I can go get a better view, but this is as good as it gets, I think. So let me share a couple. Unless you guys want to go somewhere else. If you want to go somewhere else, let me know. We'll go. Otherwise, I'll just tell you here. Michelle, how many have you won before? I know you've won something before, right? You know what? This is a ugly location. Let me show you over here a little bit better. This veranda and beach house for breakfast and dinner, really, really cool. Really, really cool. Let me show you over here. We'll go in here until we get kicked out. I don't think they'll kick us out. I'll tell them I know Lance. Shoot, if I tell them I know Lance, they wouldn't even let me on this property. They really should wipe up this water. How's this? Is this better? That's Waikiki Reef. I'm sorry, Outrigger Reef. This is the, I thought it was a menu announcement. Okay. Okay, all right, so here's a couple things that just kind of blew me away because I wasn't, is the wind okay? Let me know if it's not too windy. I should probably end this stream and do these tips as well. That is going to make it sound like it's better than different than what it is. All right, so I'll just give this to you. So, if you're coming to Waikiki proper, if you're coming to Waikiki proper, and you're thinking about getting, Uber or whatever, think about this. Just think about these rates here for a second, okay? For getting an Uber, an average Uber ride is going to be, between $12 and $40, something like that. Hang on one second. $12, $40. I mean, like it's $40 trip out to somewhere like Kailua. It depends on the time of day and that type of thing. Wow, if you're saying the wind's okay, man, it is ripping right now. It's ripping right now, but if you say it's okay, it's okay. All right, so your average Uber is going to be $12, $40, something like that, going to Moana Surf Ride, to Moana, Ala Moana Mall, something like that, or going to Sam's Club. It's going to be, you know, a little pricey. Guys, this is so windy here. Let's go somewhere else. It's like almost blowing the phone over, and I don't want to keep having to hold it. So let's go back this way a little bit. And I'll just keep you looking out over here. That way you have something nice to look at, okay? So think about this. So if you're going to be here for, let's say, 7 days, and you do a lot of walking, but you still do, from time to time, you do some taxi or some Uber, or you rent a bike or do scooter or even the bus, right? Think about this. Without the, and God is my witness, we make no money on these tickets. I'm not hawking these tickets to make 50 cents. I'm just telling you because I think it's a wonderful value, okay? If this is without the GTH 10% off, if you use that code, which is going across the top of the screen. If you get a one-day pass, it's $57. If you win one, it's free. But if you buy one, it's $57. For 4 days, it's $68. For 7 days, it's $78. Okay, let me put that in perspective. For 7 days, you can get on or get off a trolley anywhere in Waikiki, as far as from, which is outside of Waikiki, Chinatown, or all the way south to Sea Life Animal Park. And actually, one of our wonderful members pointed this out to me, and I thought, you know what, I knew that. I don't know why I didn't think about that. So think about that. You can buy a 7-day pass for $78. Let's say $80, and don't even buy it with the GTH code. So it's $80. So for $80, you can get on and off throughout the day, all day for 7 days. You will save so much money on Uber, and I think it's almost even a replacement for a rental car. Because me and this other member, Wendy Silva, went over these costs. And I thought, man, that's crazy. And I started doing some other math last night. The 4-day pass is $68. The 7-day pass is $78. I just think about, put those things together. Now, if that wasn't good enough, this is something I was not aware of until someone reminded me on a call today with Waikiki Trolley. This is something I did not even think about. I'm not a big, just honestly, I'm not a big coupon guy or Groupon or something like that. I'm not that fond of them. But think about this. If you go onto the Waikiki Trolley Pass page, you get these, they're called exclusive Waikiki Trolley Passes and exclusive coupons. And these coupons give you 10% to 20% off at places that you would not believe. Just go onto that website, go onto the Waikiki Trolley website, look on their first page, right down about a third of the way down, it says Waikiki Trolley, like partner passes or exclusive coupons. All you have to do is show your ticket. You don't have to buy anything else. And there's things like Highway Inn, Highway Cafe. There's jewelry stores at Ala Moana. There's coffee shops. Kona Coffee down there by Ala Moana. You get 10% for 1 cup, 20% for 2. I know it sounds like pennies. It's not that big of a deal. But if you put that coupon, if you put that thing into practice, man, I just started doing randomly stuff. There's like $75, $85 that I would have saved, which I can't. I just, on principle alone, I can't use coupons. But I thought that was a hell of a deal. What do you guys think of that? Hello, Pamela. Yes, John. Yeah, 15% off of Hanepua. I mean, and again, guys, I swear to you, there's no profit in it for me. We're not making money. All it does is it helps them justify giving us more passes that I can give to you. So there's not a hidden commission, hidden affiliate fee. That 10% is just a savings that you guys get when you buy the pass. But you're getting one pass you buy for $57 for 1 day, and obviously you get your second day. But man, getting that 4-day or 7-day pass is just, it blew me away. And I was just thinking, oh man, just think of all the money you'd save on an Uber. That's pretty cool. And they said, yeah, but you know, what about the coupons? I said, what coupons? They said, well, scroll down the page, take a look. I mean, just go to that website. Don't do it now because you'll leave the stream. But when you're done with the stream, go to that website, the Waikiki Trolley Pass. Look on the homepage. Look on the second click or first click or second click over on the homepage. It lists out restaurants, entertainment, tours, I think it blew me away. I just was blown away by there's the one of the places that one of you guys keep talking about, that's a pastry place and coffee place. They had a 20% off times two, a 20% off for two people on anything you buy. I just thought that was crazy. So anyway, I just thought I'd pass that along to you. I thought that was a great deal. And we've got other cool things coming up from Waikiki Trolley. They're a great partner. We also have some cool things coming up with a catamaran that we're going to be able to announce late next week. Yeah, I wasn't aware of those coupons, but man, there's like a buy one get one free at a juice shop right down the street here. A lot of places, right? Here's the thing: all of those places are right by the stops that they have on the Waikiki Trolley routes, and it goes all the way from downtown Honolulu, like Chinatown, to Sea Life Animal Park. They also have an offer now for if you're going to come and you want to go to the Waikiki Aquarium right back there down the street. They have a crazy deal also. Just thought I'd pass that along to you. Who do you DM for the pass? Anyone want to tell us? If you go to the group page or the main page, it says message going to Hawaii. Just send a message. You're messaging Terry, Terry. And just put in your first name, last name, the question and answer that you gave, today's date, email, phone number, and dates you think you're going to be coming to Waikiki. If you don't know your dates, then they'll just mail you the pass. If you know the dates, they'll email it to you. As much as you can. Annette, tip as much as you can. You'll want to because they're killers. They're all really good. Aloha, Jennifer. Hope all is well. You caught us as we're just wrapping up. If you guys didn't, a lot of people don't even go inside here, but this is the secondary, like the lobby entrance. Right up here on the right-hand side is their check-in, reservation check-in. Just beautiful. They have a really nice smell that they blow in here. All right, guys. That's it. That's a wrap. Hopefully you found this interesting. We're going to call this the part 2 of what does it cost to stay in Waikiki. If you like this stream, if you would do one thing for me, you guys would really help out. Go to the YouTube channel and like that part of the stream, because we stream this to Facebook and to YouTube. If you would go to the YouTube channel, just like it, maybe leave a comment if you would. If you didn't like it, give a thumbs down, and then I'll send you Lance's email. You can voice your discrepancies. What's up? Your discrepancies to him. He works during the day, so if you call him, I'll give you his phone number. If you call him at between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. Sydney time, that's the best time to reach him. He's always around. I'll give you his number. All right, guys. And you know you're going to be working in shifts this weekend. Let me tell you, this weekend is going to be an epic stream. There's not going to be a stream Friday night unless someone pays me a whole bunch of money, and they're not going to. So the next stream should be Kaiulani Resort. That Kaiulani Resort stream is going to be off the chain, as the kids say. We're going to start at the very bottom of the Kaiulani Marina and go all the way up to Paradise Cove, where the luau is. And we're going to pass the Marina, Marriott Villas, Aulani Disney Resort. We're going to go through there, going to go through the Four Seasons Hotel, but we're going to do this thing in clips. The first phase is going to be the tip of Kaiulani through the Marina, up through the Marriott, going to stop it, start another stream, and go through Aulani Resort. So it's a really complete walking tour, live walking tour. The Disney Resort, we're going to stop that, start a new one, and go to the Four Seasons and walk that entire property, all those 4 lagoons. We're going to walk, stop that tour. Then we're going to go to Paradise Cove, walk all the way around there. And at the very end, we're going to do a sunset. And if the sunset is moderate, it'll be one of the most beautiful sunsets you've ever seen. That Paradise Cove beach up there, when the sunset, it is, I don't know if you believe in a higher being, but if you don't, that will make you second guess it. When you go up, it's just beautiful. It's just mesmerizing up there. So that'll be like 4 different streams. One last thing. See that right there? That is the Cirque du Soleil. I think they pronounce it Oana. It's A-U-A-N-A, the Oana Cirque du Soleil. It's going in right there. They say it's going to start, I believe, August 1st. Don't hold me to that. But the tickets are $85 through the week. Friday, Saturday, it's $106. It's like a 20,000 square foot studio or theater inside there. They're doing, if you could see, well, you could see right there, A-U-A-N-A, right there. You can see the entrance. So that's where the entrance is going to be. They're going to bring you up through here. That's like the loading area or entrance area. And that whole area up there is a 20,000 square foot. If you've not seen a Cirque du Soleil, you're in for a surprise. If you have seen one, you know what you're getting into. It's going to be fantastic there. But they're booking from December, I think already December 2024 through 2025. And if you book rates now, you're getting them at that lower rate of $85 to $106. Just an idea. Yep, Colleen is Saturday at 2 o'clock. We may move that to 1 o'clock because that's 1 o'clock is a sweet spot for us to get as many people on the mainland and in Europe and in Australia on the stream. So we may move that to 1 o'clock, but it's 2 o'clock right now. On Sunday, like a phoenix rising from the smoky ashes, the Shasta is joining us for a wonderful stream at the Aloha Stadium swap meet. I'm going to walk that girl like I don't know what, but we're going to walk her to death. We're going to go do that whole swap meet and look for a couple of key items that I've been tasked with finding. And God is my witness, I'm going to find them. Okay, so that's going to be Sunday at 8 o'clock. One last thing. If you had not a free stay, if you had to pay for the stay, which of all these properties would you stay at? The ones we looked at. The secondary properties, I was shocked really at the average rate is $190 and the ones over here are $374. And if you took that $700 rate for Halekulani out of the average, I think you'd be a lot lower. Well, I know you'd be a lot lower. It's $374 average. You may be down to $274 average. So $190 to $274. So it's almost like $100 difference. To me, I'd rather pay $100 more average and stay on this side and get an ocean view. What would you guys do? Walk her like I walk Lucy. I didn't mean it in a disparaging way. I meant I was going to walk a long ways with her. That's what I meant. Hilton Hawaiian Village. Outrigger Reef. Oh, okay. Royal Hawaiian, me too. Rainbow Tower, Hilton Hawaiian Village. Wow, look at you guys. Hello, Tina. Glad you stopped by. Beachcomber. There's your property right there. Jennifer Tucker. Royal Hawaiian. It just looks like Royal Hawaiian, even though it's a little bit dated. Man, it's just a magical property when you get in the rooms. A lot of people like Royal Hawaiian. Royal Hawaiian, another one. Wow, Mary Kay, Annette, Moana Surf Rider. Yeah, Moana's gotten a little bit loud though recently. I mean, I've just noticed it's been just not just that little bar area because we were sitting there the other day right by the blender. It looks like they were doing a factory demonstration there. It was way loud. Royal Hawaiian looks like it's winning. That's a beautiful property. It is so well laid out. It just encompassed in those trees. They're just, the banyan trees really just cut down on the noise. So it's really nice. It's close enough to everything. It's beachfront if you like. A number of really nice restaurants, really good bar. So maybe Royal Hawaiian is the pick, huh, for you guys? Hyatt. Yep. All right, guys. Well, that's it. Hopefully you learned at least one little thing. I know you guys laughed a lot, hopefully at my expense and not anyone else's. And I want you to know I do appreciate every single minute. You guys don't have to spend here with me, but I appreciate that you do. I appreciate that you do. It seems like we're doing something right. Hopefully we'll keep doing it. And I hope to see you on Saturday, and if not on Saturday, on Sunday, and hopefully on both Saturday and Sunday. All right, guys. Aloha.